Good morning again. This is Linda Westpoint and the Sea Island Morning Show Committee. We're here this morning sitting in for Bennett and Brown. And this morning's topic is beauty. What happened to the beauty in relationships? But we want to turn the corner a few minutes and talk about something that will help relationships just will help enhance a healthy relationships. We want to talk about the 5 love languages. And I'm going to take a few seconds to give a quiz. If you are listening, just listen to my 5 questions, and I want you to answer the one that fits you the best, okay? Okay, here we go. I feel especially loved when people express how grateful they are for me and for the simple everyday things I do. That's number 1. I feel especially loved when a person gives me undivided attention and spends time alone with me. That's number 2. I feel especially loved by someone who brings me gifts and other tangible expressions of love. That's number 3. Number 4, I feel especially loved when someone pitches in to help me, perhaps by running errands or taking on my household chores. And lastly, I feel especially loved when a person expresses feelings for me through physical contact. Did y'all hear yourself in that? Now I'm going to start with, you like the last one?
Yeah, that's me.
So you feel especially loved when a person expresses feelings for you through physical contact?
Yes, ma'am. I definitely feel, I mean, it makes you feel secure. It makes you feel like somebody cares about you. Makes you feel like somebody's thinking about you. And then it makes you feel attractive. It has a lot to do with your self-esteem when somebody physically wants to touch you.
What about when they stop touching you?
Then I feel like there's something wrong.
Okay. Now I'm going to say,
she
but
said, how do I feel?
Hold on a second. I'm going to say, let me read what it says about the physical touch. That's your love language, Henry.
Language.
It says this language isn't all about the bedroom. It's a person whose primary language is physical touch, is not surprisingly very touchy. Hugs, pats on the back, holding hands, and thoughtful touches on the arm, shoulder, or face. They can all be ways to show excitement, concern, care, and love.
Oh, yeah.
Physical presence and accessibility are crucial, while neglect or abuse can be unforgivable and destructive. And I must say, just by knowing you, Henry, you are a very, very touchy.
Hey, everybody
man.
Everybody who knows me knows that when I greet you, I don't greet people by saying hey or with a handshake. I usually hug somebody. I usually hug them and say, hey, how you doing? Because you never know, that person might need that hug at that particular time. You don't know what's going on in the person's life. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people need a hug. They ain't got a hug in weeks.
Mm-hmm. And more so, you need that hug.
I definitely love hugging.
That's what you do.
I'm a hugger.
What about one of you? Jeremy?
Well, me personally, I feel like I'm the second one you said. I like the quality time in the relationship. For a person to be there. Now, when I say quality time, I'm not saying we both just in the house and we doing our own separate thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting there lying on the couch sleep, or you sitting on the phone talking to your girlfriend on the phone. I'm not talking about that. The quality time I'm talking about is where we're actually sitting and watch the TV together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe go out to eat together.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me read what it says about the quality time person. If this is your primary love language, in the vernacular of quality time, nothing says I love you like full, undivided attention.
Yes.
Being there for this type of person is critical, but really being there with the TV off, fork and knife down, and all chores and tasks on standby makes your significant other feel truly special and loved. Distractions, postponed dates, or the failure to listen can be especially hurtful. Does that sound like you?
That definitely sounds like me all the way. That sounds like me all the way. The reason why I say that is because when I'm with my young lady, we have kids, but we will send our kids to someone's house for the weekend or for the day, and we will have we should have our date night, what I call it, where we should be able to go and go out to eat, or at least even if we're just sitting in the house together, maybe a little cuddled up a little bit, and even if we're not really talking, but we're cuddled underneath each other, looking in each other's eyes. To me, that's a good time for quality time. You know, it doesn't have to be anything sexual. It's just the feeling that that person's there for me, and I know that through whatever I'm going through, just by looking at that person, she'll be there for me throughout whatever I'm going through.
Very good, quality time. Danielle, did you say that's your primary love language as well? What do you like about quality time?
The attention.
Okay, so you need that. So, what about you, Letitia?
I would say I'm the last one. I love affection. I love giving affection.
Okay.
I love to see my partner smile.
Okay.
Make sure everything's fine. You know, it just actually to this day, I've been in a relationship for almost a year now, and to this day, on my way home, talking, whatever, I still get butterflies in my stomach. You know, these are things that you know when you're, you know, in love with someone.
Okay.
So it's a great feeling. It's an overwhelming feeling. But like, I'm 100% affectionate. I mean, like you said, if you don't touch me anymore, or I'm not touching you, then clearly there's an issue.
Mm-hmm.
So.
It could be a problem when you have two people that have two different types of. I was saying it could be a problem when you have two people who have two different types of love languages.
Mm-hmm.
Say my love language is probably be the quality time,
mm-hmm.
and hers is the touching and affectionate type. Now I may start off as the touchy affectionate type because I know that's what you want,
mm-hmm.
but it's not really me. Me as a person, I really don't do the touchy feely thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I do, but I like to be in your presence. If
mm-hmm.
as long as I'm in your presence, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I have to realize that sometimes you have to cater to the other person's needs at the same time.
I think that's why it's important to know your person's primary love language, because even if it's not you, because you love that person and you want to please that person, you do those things that person want because you want to see that person happy.
Exactly, because that's the point I was going to bring up. You know, even if you do have different love languages, which most times we all are going to have different love languages, as long as you understand what that person's love language is and you love them enough, you'll go ahead and do whatever it takes to make sure that their needs are met and they're satisfied. I think that's what you should do.
Exactly. Mr. Wallace, what's your love language? Do you need words of affirmation? Now, I'm very surprised because I thought, I was under the impression that men, that you needed more words of affirmation. You need you're doing a good job, honey, and I love you, baby, and you might not need that, but I thought that clear. You need more. You
can tell me you love me and I believe you. You don't have to always show me you love me.
Nah, you have to show me you love me more so than you just saying it, because you can just say it and it be a cliche.
You're right.
It's not real. You know, if you, I believe all people have to have their words and their actions be aligned. So my thing is quality time more so than anything. I go with quality time.
Yeah.
But
quality time.
All of them
together.
can be rolled into one.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, some people use that word love very loosely.
Yeah, because I love my friends. But I'm not in love with them.
It's just another four. It's just another 4-letter word too. Sorry, I couldn't get that out for a second there, but it's just another 4-letter word to it. But I always say this one thing: say what you mean and mean what you say. Mm-hmm. Meaning, if you tell me you love me, show me and tell me that you love me.
Speaking of love, I do love you, my Monte. I know you're listening. Today your birthday. I see you soon. Today.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
So in talking about the love languages and the primary love languages, a lot of us love, for me, it's the quality time as well. So how does distractions play a part in the relationship? Distractions such as the social networks and the cell phones and always on the phone texting and family and friends, distractions from the family and friends. Everybody want to borrow money from your mate. Don't they have some other mates, some other people they can get the money from? I mean, they always want to come to you and your significant other for money. And addictions. How do those things play a part in distracting being a distraction in relationships. But before we go into that, we are going to have to go to a break in a few seconds. So briefly, really quick, Letitia.
Social websites, I believe, is an issue. Yeah, everything that you post, somebody always think it's about them or third party. You know, it's just people just read into things too much.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay.
It's an easy way for your past to find you too.
That Facebook have destroyed several messages, relationships. But we have to go to a break now. We have to pay some more bills. And we look forward to coming back to you in 2 minutes and 2 seconds.